Hey, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited that you are on this webinar with us today. We're really proud to bring together Industry Weapon and Seifert Technologies. So Tim, do you want to give a little bio and an explanation of who you are?
Sure. My name is Tim Sauer. I'm the channel manager here at Industry Weapon, and I work with all of our resale sellers like Seifert Technologies, and we are proud to have them as a partner. They've made some great introductions to a lot of organizations in their client base, and we've helped a lot of them start understanding the benefits of digital signage, and that's why we're having this webinar today, was kind of to present those benefits to more people so you can really understand why you see so many organizations starting to deploy digital signage throughout their organizations, and what the potential benefits are that your organization could realize.
Awesome, so we'll get started here.
Okay, so just a basic primer, and I hope I'm not speaking down to anyone, but what is digital signage? Really, boiling it down, it's a visual communications medium. People are using it, to educate others, inform them, notify them of things, regardless of who their target audience is. And this is achieved through a couple of just simple components. You've got the screen where people are actually receiving this message and watching it. You typically have a media player behind that screen, which is pushing the content to that screen, just the way a cable TV box would push the content to a TV. And then beyond that, media player communicates back to a web server where the digital signage software is, where you have uploaded all of your content and arranged it and designed it to appear in the format that you wanted to show up on those screens. So why digital signage? This is a great question. We have tons of research that kind of support all the many reasons why digital signage is advantageous over so many other communications mediums. Around the globe, enterprises are using digital signage displays within customer and employee-facing locations to optimize the viewer experience, to increase sales, and to enhance communications overall. A great location, good people, and a quality product is no longer the set of ingredients needed to remain competitive in the world. Customers and staffs want to be informed and entertained. They want to really experience the company or the products and the brand to its fullest extent. Digital signage delivers that positive effect on consumer behavior and on brand awareness, employee education, and corporate communications. It really is an invaluable tool that creates memorable experiences, and not only engages people far more so than other communications methods, but holds that attention, and the information passed along through digital signage is retained far longer than other media. So if your organization right now, let's say, still has cork boards or bulletin boards hanging on the walls in their offices, you're using an old, antiquated form of communications that chances are your employees aren't even stopping to read those memos that you're sticking up with thumbtacks. And if they are, they certainly aren't remembering what they've read, far beyond where, that bulletin board hangs on the walls. But that's a great opportunity to say, you know what, we could take that bulletin board down and put a display right up in its place. We're not taking up any more space. And now we can far more effectively engage our employees, capture their attention, and convey information to them that they're going to retain for a long bit of time, or much longer than, some written words. So that really is what signage is. The benefits are many. We have gathered a lot of research, and we're always happy to share this with people, that really kind of reinforces why digital signage is far more effective. But if you think about it, the human race is a visual species by nature, and if you think about the first forms of communication that we had, it was cave drawings. So pictures, really pictures and visuals are things that get people's attention. They convey a message far more effectively than a written word. When those pictures are moving, hey, you've just attracted a lot more attention. So let's talk about, where digital signage is seen most often. We did a survey with our customers over the last couple of years, and we found that there were two locations that were really the dominant places where people were putting signage. #1 most popular place was in lobbies. So again, if you're looking at your facility and you have an entrance lobby, maybe a waiting room, depending on your type of business, and you don't have a screen in there, you're missing an ideal opportunity to have a captive audience and to convey some messages out there. Now I can tell you, there was a study done by Arbitron in the healthcare industry that they found that digital signage reduced perceived wait times in medical offices by as much as 50%. So if you think about all the times you've spent in your life sitting in a doctor's office waiting room or a dentist's office waiting room, any kind of medical facility, you get kind of frustrated sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting for your turn. That case can be applied to pretty much any industry where you go in and have to wait for someone. By engaging those people who are waiting with a digital screen and information that can be conveyed to them, you're not only reducing that perceived wait time, but you are conveying messaging to them that can be effective in, communicating whatever it is you want to get out to your audience. Some more great research here, the McKinsey Global Institute. Now this is something that gets a lot of HR managers' attention. Productivity improves by 20 to 25% in organizations, and the potential for revenue comes to about 1.3 million per year when you have engaged employees. Digital signage is a phenomenal vehicle for engaging your employees. We found some information when we dug down into this that said that organizations with effective communications are 2.5 times more likely to outperform their peers in financial performance, and they are more successful in retaining their valued employees by engaging with those employees and communicating information to them on a regular basis, keeping them up to date, making them feel like part of the team. And with a 52% recall rate, digital signage really represents the most effective communications and employee engagement platform available. Now, guest communications, obviously, that's where those lobby screens come into place. That's a great opportunity for you to, really engage whoever your target audience is. But half of our customers are using digital signage just for internal communication. So again, look around your facility for those bulletin boards that are still hanging on the walls. The #2 most popular location for screens that we found among our customer base is cafeterias and or break rooms. So if you think about all the places where people sit and eat lunch, that's an ideal opportunity for you to put a screen up, whether it's an interactive touch screen that gives them access to information they may not otherwise have, or just a passive screen showing whatever information you want to convey. You can project information about health benefits, program changes, about employee events or fun events, sales contests that are going on, charitable sponsorships that the company's involved with, and looking for people to donate their time to. Really, any number of things. So, data visualization. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this term. We are definitely in the age of big data. Companies are compiling and sorting through and sifting through tons and tons of data now so we can analyze every aspect of our business. If you're staring at a 400 column, 5,000 row spreadsheet, it's really hard to extrapolate and consolidate and understand what you're looking at unless you kind of pull it all together. That's one of the things that data visualization does, is it takes all those complex numbers and tables and really compresses them down and puts them into facts and figures that we can all wrap our brains around. Now, having a fact or a figure in a table is one thing, but to visualize that table into data that people can look at and recognize and understand quickly, that's really where the power of data visualization comes in, and that's where digital signage can play a huge part. Industry Weapon has a lot of expertise working with customers to tie into other third-party systems, whether it's a manufacturing system, an ERP system, point-of-sale systems, anywhere that we can grab data and pull it out. We have the ability to work with customers and design a way that they want to see that data displayed. And then we can start a real-time process of pulling that data at specific intervals and updating it on the screen so customers can see that data projected in a graphic format on their screens and have it updated real time. So really, that's one of the many claims to fame that Industry Weapon has, and one of the reasons that our customers love us so much is not only can we power simple signage, we can really power the more complex integrations with other systems to pull data into your signage. So sure, you can have weather on there, you can have a welcome message to a customer visiting your facility, but the ability to pull in data from other systems or from other, let's say a SQL database or just a simple Excel spreadsheet. It can look plain and simple on an Excel spreadsheet, but once you do that integration with our software, you can display that information much more graphically appealing than it would be on just a plain spreadsheet. Now here's another fun thing that we've seen a lot more companies doing lately, and that's doing integrations with their digital signage and their social media. We actually have one college customer started a trend, and I think it's spread to a number of different customers now, including some commercial ones. This college said, we want our students to really get engaged. Now they worked with us to build these interactive wayfinding kiosks to have on the campus, so new students could find their way around campus, around the facilities. They could enter into a touchscreen directory of all the faculty or all the buildings, and really get a wayfinding map drawn out for them, pointing them, from where they are to where they want to be. But beyond that, there was a selfie kiosk, or our selfie camera built into this interactive kiosk, where the students could pull some props out of a basket, take pictures of themselves, and then upload them to the college's social media site. Now, of course, there was a step in that process where those photos have to be reviewed by an administrator of the college before they get posted to the social media pages. And I'm sure you can all imagine why you would want to have that administrative step, that approval step in the middle there. But just a neat way where these students are coming up, they're getting good information, they're really engaged with the signage, they're learning things about the college, and at the same time, they can have a little fun and, oh, hey, Mom, Dad, did you see my picture on, Instagram or Twitter? So just some really neat things you can do with social media. One of the big things we see, though, and this is not just true in the education space, but also in pretty much any corporate environment and manufacturing environments. Digital signage is an awesome vehicle for communicating safety information. Now, that's not only, here's how many days we've gone this month or this year without an accident. It could be information like, instructional safety videos, where if you have a visitor coming to your facility and, as part of your ISO, requirements, those people are, OSHA requirements, those people have to go through a quick safety training. You could have that on an interactive touchscreen. Visitors can come in, they pick up their hard hat and their safety glasses, and they touch a button on the screen. It walks them through a safety video about what they need to be aware of when they go through your facility. They finish that, and then they can enter the facility. You can also communicate emergency information. So in the event of an emergency, it's one thing to have a siren go off or, a fire alarm to go off. It's another thing to be able to have all of your digital signage screens overridden with an emergency message that could be manually typed in, something like there's a fire in the west wing, exit through stairwells 3 and 4. Now that's information that, when you convey that to your own employees, you're definitely helping them avoid any kind of disaster within your facilities. Well, we jumped a little too fast there. Sorry about that. So the last thing I want to mention is that Industry Weapon is invested in security far more than any other platform you'll find in the industry. Our data center is PCI compliant. We basically treat your information and your content that you upload onto our site and then push down to your screens the same way any retailer would treat your credit card information. It's that kind of security. So I mean, that's the gist of what I had to go over, but let me wrap this up with a couple of things. I know that Seifert has a lot of customers in the manufacturing space, and so we did a little poll with a lot of our manufacturing customers and got the top 5 uses for digital signage that they're using right now. So the number 1 is to make announcements, and that's not just informing employees, hey, there's cake in the break room. That's in congratulating the employees of the month, or recognizing birthdays or work anniversaries, anything like that. Changes in the HR programs. The number two top use for signage in manufacturing is to transmit regular communications. Let's face it, not all employees work on the same shift. You may have daily meetings, where the daytime shift hears information that maybe the nighttime shift doesn't hear. Or maybe you're posting things in the cafeteria that, people aren't reading, or they're not catching because they're not working in the hours the cafeteria is open. So signage is a great way to transmit those regular communications. The third way is to track manufacturing progress. We've seen a lot of manufacturing companies who have decided, you know what, it's not worth it anymore to have someone walking up and down our production plant floor and handwriting on a dry erase whiteboard saying this is the next project or 2 projects or 3 projects coming down the line, and here's the prioritization of which one needs to be completed first. It's just not an efficient way to keep people in the manufacturing plant floor informed of what's going on. So again, Industry Weapon has the ability to help customers with an integration, so they could tie into third-party systems, basically anything with an API that we can access. We can pull data from your manufacturing systems and display it on screens.
Tim, can you talk to a little bit about the benefits of working with Industry Weapon and Seifert or on this in terms of just implementing a solution, training, support, and all those important things that whenever you're bringing on a new software product, it's always tough to get everyone on board with the implementation. How do we go about making that very easy for our customers?
Well, I think Seifert has done that from the get-go. They are very actively involved in the whole manufacturing process, both internally themselves and with their customer engagements. If Zach were able to speak, I'm sure he could attest to that, but it really is an interactive process wherein we sit down with our friends at Seifert and the end user customer and really understand exactly what kind of systems they have, what kind of data they want to have, really what their end goal is. And through that interactive process, we can build a scope of work and really understand what needs to be communicated, where that data resides, how to get it out, and how to display it in a way that's going to be most beneficial to the people looking at the screens.
Absolutely. And at Industry Weapon, we offer 24/7 free training and support. So no matter if you're new to onboarding, new to the solution, or you've hired somebody new 3 years later, we'll train unlimited hours to make sure you're comfortable working with our software, and everything is up to date in terms of just supporting you from a technical side. We really provide a full level of customer service. And so Zach, can you speak now? I think we figured out that issue.
Yeah, I think, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Awesome. So I'll let you wrap it up then here and give you some space.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to, thank you for, inviting us to attend this webinar and be involved in this. We're new partners with Industry Weapon. We're really excited about the partnership. You and Tim have both been great to work with. And we really just, we've done digital signage in the past, some different options, but the capabilities and the integrations that are available with Industry Weapons digital signage is really exciting to look at and to talk to people about. And in our industry, we work with a lot of different companies, but we do a lot in manufacturing. And just like Tim was just talking about there a minute ago, the integrations of pulling visual data and putting it on a screen from manufacturing equipment and machines and things like that is really valuable. So yeah, we're really excited about our relationship, and really excited about the product.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate that, Zach, and thanks for allowing us to kind of host this webinar today. If anyone has additional questions, feel free to type them into that chat box, or you can actually email us or Zach, but you can easily reach us at info@industryweapon.com. If you'd like to see a demo of the software, so a little dive into what that user interface looks like, how our customers go about creating, scheduling, and managing their digital signage content, we are happy to provide those. Those are absolutely free of cost. We can do proof of concept. So there's a lot of different ways to evaluate and test out the solution as well. All right, we'll keep the line open for a couple questions here. But if not, we really appreciate Zach, you having us host this today, and we also appreciate the attendees. And again, if you have any questions, just please let us know.